Hello, welcome to SharonBeMakinStuff. So today I have for you guys another canvas video. I tried to make that sound really epic. I know that you guys love canvas art videos and I love making them, so I thought, why not make another one? So I actually had a subscriber request for another canvas art tutorial for something that she can give to her teacher, and I thought that was a fantastic idea, and I thought, I'm gonna make that happen. So this video is kind of like a follow-up to the previous video I did, which was 3 DIY gifts for teachers. And this one is also a DIY gift idea, but just on a bigger scale, or it's just a bigger project. So that's why I wanted to dedicate a whole video to it. And maybe you might want to consider making it for your favorite teacher. So I am super excited to share with you guys this video today because I partnered up with Graphicstock to bring you guys this DIY. And if you've never heard of Graphicstock before, they're basically like an online library or a resource for high quality photos, images, graphics, vectors that are all 100% royalty free, meaning that you can download and use them for whatever projects you want to use them for, commercial or not, and not have to worry about copyright, which is So shout out to Graphicstock for sponsoring today's video. Little Makers Club, go do me a solid and check out graphicstock.com/YouTube or click the link in the description box below to get your exclusive, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6, not 6, but 7-day free trial with Graphicstock. So I will talk a little bit more about their website as we move into the tutorial, so let's go ahead and get started. So for this project, we're going to be needing 2 9x12-inch canvases, our printed image, which I'll show you how to get right now. Here is a little glimpse of the Graphicstock website. They actually have the largest unlimited download library of over 300,000 photos, like I said before, and they also have illustrations and vectors, which are actually my favorite to use because they're so versatile, and we're actually going to be using a vector image today. So what I did for this DIY, I just clicked on the vectors category up top, and I searched for apple. And I just kind of browsed our library to see which one caught my eye, and I settled for this one. And this is where I actually drew my inspiration from for this DIY. So I just clicked on the EPS format, which means that it is a vector image, which means that the file can be scaled to any size and the quality of the image will not be compromised. So I'm just hitting the download button, and it's gonna open up for me here. And let me show y'all what I mean. So with vector images, no matter how much you zoom in, the quality is always going to be on fleek. Oh yeah. So I'm just going to print directly from here. And I'm going to select the option of filling the entire paper because I want as much of the apple as I can get. And I know that it cuts off a little bit on the sides here, but that's okay because I'll show you guys how to just quickly fill that in. So after that, I'm just going to print it out. Next on the list is some chalk. And then we have some acrylic paint in red, white, and gold. I know I showed the green, but I never ended up using it. We're also going to need some chalkboard paint in black, a pencil and a pair of scissors, some paint brushes and a sponge brush, and last but not least, some clear coat spray in a matte finish. So starting out, I'm just cutting out the shape of my apple and also the heart in the middle to use as a stencil for my canvas. After that, I'm going to fold my apple in half, and then I'm going to cut where I folded and then trim off the stem. So So now I'm going to arrange both of my apple pieces onto both of my canvases, making sure that they line up. And once I'm satisfied with how it looks, I'm just going in with my pencil to trace all the way around it. And for the sections that came out flat on the sides, I'm just filling it in to make it rounded. And once you are done with all the tracing, go ahead and take your chalkboard paint and paint the whole entire background. So I painted on about 3 very thin layers of chalkboard paint, and I let it dry for about 30 minutes between each coat. And also make sure to paint the tiny little crevice between the stem and the leaf. As well, we're going to paint the sides of our canvas according to how it looks like on the front. So whatever that color is on the front, we're going to bring that color down and around to the sides to give it a more completed and kind of like a 3D effect. Once you are all done with the chalkboard paint, go ahead and take some red paint and start painting the outer ring of your apple. And here I am doing the same thing with the edges, making sure to bring the color all the way down and around to the sides. After 2 coats of the red, I moved on to 2 coats of painting the inside or the heart of the apple, a nice metallic gold. And I also forgot to show it, but I did paint the leaf and the stem the same gold as well. Because we are using chalkboard paint, I left it overnight to dry for a good 24 hours before moving on to the next step. And now I'm just using a little piece of chalk to rub all over the chalkboard paint to condition it to get it ready for the writing. So after rubbing the canvas with the chalk, I'm just going in and rubbing it again with my hands. And it's okay if it gets a little messy, it's totally fine. And also don't forget to do the sides. And now after the conditioning step, I'm just going to trace an outline of the apple all the way around with my chalk. And now to move on to the quote. So I'm just going over it first very lightly to make sure that I like the placement of all my letters. And once I'm satisfied with how that looks, then I'm going to go over it one more time, pressing harder this time to make sure that the chalk really shows. And if you make a mistake, you don't have to fuss because you just turned your canvas into a chalkboard, so just erase it with your finger. So on the left side of the canvas, I wrote, "It takes a big heart," and on the right side, I wrote, "To shape little minds." And I find that this quote is perfect for elementary teachers, but if you want to give this to a junior high or a high school teacher, then feel free to switch up the quote to a more fitting one. So once you are satisfied with how your quote looks, just go ahead and take a wet paper towel and wipe down the leaf, the stem, and the heart to get rid of any leftover chalk residue. And now for the final step. So we're going to take our clear coat spray and give our canvases a nice thorough coating. Just like that. Just do it in short, sweet bursts, left to right, kind of overlapping each layer that you put on. And to do the edges, I just propped my canvas up on a water bottle, which makes it a lot easier. And that is it. Bum-ba-dum! I present to you the final product. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, then don't forget to subscribe to SharonBeMakinStuff, and I will leave all my social media links in the down bar below. Go follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!